It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. For Chicago, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total.
It's a lovely night here in Chicago as we see an aerial view of Grant Park, Millennium Park, and gorgeous downtown Chicago. We're live, the home of the Chicago Bulls, the United Center. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at them, wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that.
Now Golden State's starting 5. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Speights in its center.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA. None brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Now here's Curry after the miss from Pau Gasol. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Lets a floater go, and that's 2 points on the layup. Curry's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Warriors. On defense, the Warriors. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
Rose against Curry. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. There's the pass to Speights, and he gets it to go. Speights has got his first points of the game.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kickout's the only choice.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Gasol against Speights. Gasol dishes to Gibson. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Outside Curry. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What did you find out, DB?
One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Here's Rose, following the score by Taj Gibson. Rose passes to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Barnes. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game. Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy buckets.
And Maurice Speights last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Greg, you were just talking about Mo Speights. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Back to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Bulls have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Rose attacking. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Curry kicks to Green. Knocks down the 3 ball. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from 3-point range.
Curry against Butler. From 12 feet out. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Again, the miss by Thompson. Bulls have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Pass to Rose. And he banks in the layup. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
It's Curry with the drive. Thompson against Butler. Here's Green. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Here's Rose. It's rebounded by Golden State. Curry kicks to Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Gibson the screen. Rose goes in. The kick outside to Butler. The 3. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Curry with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. The feed to Thompson. Barnes against Butler. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Paul Gasol.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man. And just he has an air about it.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more Clark assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Bulls trail by 3. Rose dishes to Smith. Pass to Gibson. Feeds it to Butler. Passes it to Rose. Butler sets a screen for Rose. 6 on the shot clock. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting. His mother started taping Jordan's games on the VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
Chicago making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Free throw drops for Rose. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And the wide open shot from Green. A three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Kicks it to Smith. He dishes it to Mirotic.
That's his first personal foul.
For Chicago, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
At the line for the Bulls, 3 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Clarkson, he's checked in for Rose. Then for the Warriors, Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Spates. Iguodala comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Barbosa in for Curry. Good on the second free throw. The Warriors trail. Barbosa with it. 9 points last game out. Golden State moving the ball around. Green, the screen. Just 5 to shoot. That's a 2 from Barnes. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Now, here is Mirotic. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Pistons in Detroit.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
To the inside. And the rejection by Ezeli. And that one's good. The Warriors shooting just about an even 40% to start. Barbosa for 3. Jimmy Butler with the rebound.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open.
Now here's Barnes. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Barnes. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
Smith on the wing, covered by Barnes. Smith kicks to Mirotic. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Mirotic has got 5 now. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes.
And he gets the bucket. And now it's a 3-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Timeout called the Warriors. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
While we can, let's have a peek at the league's top foul shooting teams over the course of the last month. Number 1, the Bulls.
Kevin, I'm absolutely amazed. I mean, their production at the line has been spectacular. I mean, it's been unbelievable. Well done by these guys of late.
Tony Snell's checked in for the Bulls. The Warriors also with a sub. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Warriors trail by 3. Here is Livingston. His last outing, he had 8 points. Iguodala with the bucket.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And Chicago shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Mirotic, the screen. Clarkson passes to Mirotic. Here's Splitter. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Azili. And the shot is long.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Clarkson dishes to Snell. Splitter kicks to Mirotic. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Thiago Splitter. That is his first foul of the game. The Warriors shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the first. Green, the screen. Now here is Barbosa. He's guarded closely. Azili can't get it to go.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Here's Livingston, and Mirotic sends it back. They recover it.
Kevin, here's where the Warriors rank in the NBA over the last month. Second in opponent points per game, third in scoring, and they're ranked third in lowest amount of turnovers per game. That's the sign of a team that understands the importance of taking care of the ball.
And going back to their points allowed ranking, they slow the game down, forcing opponents to score in the half court. I mean, if you can score at all, really suffocating you on defense.
Now Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
4 on the clock. And again, no good by Chicago. Barbosa passes to Livingston. They kick it out to Green. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And that's now 7 points for Draymond Green. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that. Could you?
Yeah, right,
No.
right. He probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
Barbosa up top. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. The teardrop falls in. Barbosa's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
It's all tied in Chicago, and we'll be back right after this. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, and I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Smith is out there with Rose. And it's Wright in at the small forward position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists in the game. Warriors trail by 3. Outside Curry. Spates sets a screen. The 3 from Barnes. And the Warriors miss again. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Rose with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Shoots from the high post. They get it again. Gasol. Right side Gibson. Another one falls for Chicago.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Thompson against Smith. There's a good screen. Iguodala right side. Nobody near Barnes. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Barnes has got 6. Chicago leading by 3. Smith outside. Gasol setting the pick for Smith. Gasol on the high post. Rose against Thompson. And that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. Boy, that was a nice job. Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
A shot by Curry, no good.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender. Maybe next time. And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
Here's the screen. Iguodala with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And again, no good by Golden State. J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season. He knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade.
Spates sets a screen. Again, Curry missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Here's Rose, and it comes off the front of the rim. Warriors trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Good chance here for Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
That's good. 14 points for Rose.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
To the wing on the left. A wide open look here for Wright. Second chance shot, and the layup good by Smith. And now it's a 10-point Chicago lead.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
Timeout called the Warriors. Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence his entire career.
Yeah, he's he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
Chicago making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Chicago on defense. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Now Barnes. 8 points for him. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here is Rose. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. That's good. Rose has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Barnes, rejected by Gasol.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Here's Rose. Excellent D here by Iguodala.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Wasted no time on that one. Thompson's got it back down to within single digits for the Warriors. Here's Chicago. They're on a 16-7 run. They set the pick. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Right for three. And the Bulls get it back. Gasol, no good. Warriors trail by 9. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. Thompson's got his second basket of the night.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Gasol a screen. Rose dishes to Gasol. Butler on the way. 5 to shoot. Back to Gasol. Shoots it up. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5. Golden State's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And Thompson kicks to Spates. He feeds it to Curry. The drive by Thompson. Rebound by the Bulls. Gasol's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. From 10 feet out, that one off the back iron and out.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Gasol with the steal. Rose against Curry. Rose kicks to Wright. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Wright's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls. Now a timeout called by Golden State. So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season seem to think that Clarkie was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after.
Some numbers for Rose. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging about 22 points per, 10 assists and 4 rebounds. Night in and night out, he's their #1 option offensively.
That's why he leads the team in scoring. Almost every play feels like it runs through him.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Splitters checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Tony Snell's checked in for Darrell Wright. And it's Clarkson in for Rose. Shot clock at 6. Thompson passes to Ezeli. The shot is off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Back to Thompson. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in Oakland.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside.
Here's Snell. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. The shot is off. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Livingston dishes to Green. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. 9 points for Draymond Green.
And with the skill set that Powell has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
And Butler, here we go. Low block shot on the way. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him. And the Bulls lead by 12. The dish to Barbosa. From 10 feet out. Rebounded by Snell.
Boy, they're trailing in this game, and they're starting to settle for jumpers offensively.
Yeah, it could work, but I wouldn't take that approach, Clark. They should be fighting their way inside for better looks.
Shots good by Clarkson.
Oh, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Livingston kicks to Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Here is Livingston. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Chicago calls timeout. When you think about Shaun Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken, Clark, fourth back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager. The shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Green. The coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
1:03 left to play here in the second quarter. Offensive rebound, Thompson. It's good, and that's just his third make in 10 shots. An off game for him.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
Mirotic's shot is off.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Snatched up. Here's Green, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Warriors have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And it's Butler missing.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Thompson, left side. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Barbosa.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive. to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And we finished one half of basketball.
Yes, Kevin, here with Stephen Curry. And Steph, you've had to deal with a lot of defensive pressure. What do you need to do to counteract that?
I just got to slow down. I mean, we're playing good defense, trying to trap the ball screens and take them out the three-point line. But, you know, just got to be aggressive, keep getting shots up, making the right plays, and they'll turn around.
Steph, thank you so much. Kevin, it's not easy in the NBA.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
The job their guys have done in the post has been terrific. If they get more of that production in the paint next half, they'll be very tough to beat. They're taking advantage of the late rotations, and they're going right side and straight to the rim.
And over to Kenny, what did you think about Golden State?
They need to look into areas where they can gain an advantage. Rebounding is largely a hustle stat. Right now, they're getting out-rebounded. They need to commit to changing that. Those extra opportunities afforded by better rebounding are key for them to win tonight.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
What a game for Rose. He's got 16 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Barnes and Green are the forward set. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Spates in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And the basket by Curry.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Outside Rose. They set the pick. He kicks it to Gasol. Fades back. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Gasol's got 6.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Let's go. Another miss by Curry.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And here's Green outside, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 5 assists in the game. The Bulls leading by 12. And here's Rose. 16 points for him. Outside Butler. Back to Rose. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, with 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Both free throws good from Rose.
You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
The drive by Green. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Thompson against Rose. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Rose passes to Gasol. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, but they're 3 or 4 to start the second half.
Thompson for 3. They get the rebound, and Butler sends it back, and that one's good. Chicago leading by 10. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At the line for the Bulls, 1 shot.
Free throw, good. Butler. Warriors trail by 13. Now a timeout called by Golden State. You gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Green. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half, and Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks, Doris. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Smith checked in for Wright. The Warriors also with a sub. Iguodala's checked in. Here's Butler. He's got 7. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Dishes it to Gasol, and stolen by Spates. To the inside, here's Barnes, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You look at what Barnes has done so far. He's got 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
Barnes hits them both. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Outside Rose. It's rebounded by Golden State. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. It's that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Butler dishes to Gasol. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Smith for 3. That is good. Smith's got 8.
He's just so good from out there, even when the defense is tight.
Curry kicks to Green. Green with a screen on Butler. Iguodala wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Bulls leading by 12. And there's the pass to Butler from about 19 feet. Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Curry passes to Iguodala. And there's the feed to Green. There's the pick. Pass to Speights. And there's the 3-second violation. And let's take this moment to check out the point guards with the highest shooting percentage from the last 10 games. Derrick Rose third. And, of course, Stephen Curry.
Some remarkable shooters in that group. I mean, you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent and patient players.
In addition to being unbelievably gifted shooters. I mean, these guys have some of the smoothest, sweetest strokes in the NBA, which means they have some of the best strokes in the world.
Deflects the pass. It's taken away by Smith. Left side, Butler. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Butler's got 5 points in the quarter. Warriors trail by 14. Curry dishes to Iguodala. Green kicks to Curry. Over to the left wing. Speights rejected by Gasol. And Speights gets it to go. Chicago leading by 12. Rose kicks to Gibson. Here's Smith. No good. The Warriors go the other way with it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
3 seconds.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Bulls making a switch here. Splitters checked in. It's Curry outside, and that one's good. Curry's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Warriors.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Rose against Curry. Shot clock at 5. For 3, Smith. And the shot is good. Smith's got 11 points. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim. And he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
Butler passes to Rose. The tray. And it's Butler missing.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Green dishes to Curry. Wants to get it to Speights and does. Speights missing again. The Bulls leading by 11. Smith outside. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Smith kicks to Gasol. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Curry wide open. That 3 off the mark.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
Butler passes to Splitter. And he lays it straight in. Splitter's got 6 points.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Iguodala dishes to Green. Golden State moving it around. Here's Speights. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. 10 points for him.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Gasol against Green. Gasol drives in, and he goes in for the dunk.
Back a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Green kicks to Curry. Back to Green. That's tipped. At the elbow, it's Rose. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Green with a screen on Butler. Now here's Barnes. 12 points for him. From 13, some solid defense from Butler.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Rose passes to Gasol. Goes up again. He lays it in. Splitter's got 8 points.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
The drive by Green. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love, but I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch 4-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
And he can't get the first one. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value-utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
And he sinks the second. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
A foul called on Festus Ezeli. That is his first foul of the game. .158 left in the third quarter.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
5 on the clock. Here's Clarkson. Draymond Green pulls it in. Green's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Livingston dishes to Barbosa. Here is Livingston. He's covered by Clarkson. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
Here is Livingston. He's covered by Clarkson. Lets it fly. Warriors the rebound.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Mirotic the screen. Clarkson kicks to Mirotic. Pass to Splitter. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Good on the shot. Thompson's got 9.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. And Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And you know, Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly recruited player out of high school. Grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the put.
GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end.
Clarkson with the ball. 10 points for him. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And both free throws good for Clarkson. Thompson. The shot no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls lead by 19. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Warriors trail by 19. We've got Splitter. Darrell Wright is out there with Mirotic. And it's Smith. And it's Clarkson in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here is Livingston. Feeds it to Thompson. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 4 assists in the game. The Bulls leading by 16. Clarkson passes the Splitter. They set the pick. No one near Smith as he lets it go. And good as it rattles through the hoop.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Here is Livingston. He's covered by Clarkson. There's Green with the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Splitter's got his 5th rebound in this one. Passes it to Wright. Splitter sets a screen. And Wright, here we go. Kicks it to Clarkson. Mirotic the screen. It's Chicago with another bucket.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Chicago making some changes. Pau Gasol's checked in for Splitter. Butler comes in for Darrell Wright. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Green. Barnes comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. Butler kicks to Gasol. The kick out to Rose. Off target from outside. Warriors trail by 20. Curry dishes to Thompson. Back to Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State. Smith against Thompson. A fader. And the shot is good. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Kevin, gorgeous fadeaway there. I mean, that's one way to beat some tight defense.
Gasol a screen. Rose with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Shoots from the elbow. A rebound by Ezeli. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. They set the screen. And stolen by Mirotic. Here's Butler. Throws down the breakaway jam.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
Outside Curry. Spates sets a screen. Thompson against Butler. It's Thompson off the drive. Ezeli. 4 on the clock. And Mirotic sends it back. Now Rose. Mirotic has a wide open look. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 7th assist here tonight. The Warriors have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's Curry. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Rose kicks to Gasol. Rose sets the screen for Gasol. Gasol a screen. Butler against Thompson. Rose gets a wide open look. Offensive rebound. And finished off by Gasol.
Oh, the big man rocking the rim. Good aggressive finish right there.
And usually he leaves those to his teammates.
And you know, guys, with his length, I think he needs to attack the basket much more. Those dunks should be routine for him.
Rose against Curry. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Butler in the corner. Good looking screen by Gasol. Rose kicks to Smith. 3-pointer. And he gets it to go. Smith's got 11 in the second half.
This guy's really flowing with his stroke right now. He hit one earlier, and now he has 3 in this half.
Curry passes to Thompson. Ezeli dishes to Barnes. Beyond the arc. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Barnes. And that's 15 points for Steph Curry.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice we see, and some guys are pretty cavalier about it.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. And the Warriors also making a change. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Festus Ezeli. Rose kicks to Butler. Here's Gibson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Greg, a lot of NBA players do play through injury. Last year, for instance, LaMarcus Aldridge played most of the regular season with a thumb injury that required surgery. Mike Conley, Clark Kellogg, we saw in the postseason play with the mask, with a facial fracture.
Yeah, and it's hard to make a blanket statement if it's good or bad for guys to do that. You just hope the player heeds the doctor's advice and doesn't do any further damage by playing it.
Iguodala against Rose. Dish now to Barnes. And a miss there on the triple. Bulls have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the 4th quarter. They're 7 of 12. Rose passes to Mirotic. From 7, yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 9 assists now tonight. Outside Curry. The 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Rose dishes to Gasol. Here's Butler. Powered down with both hands.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Golden State's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Spates sets a screen for Curry. He dishes it to Spates. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Looking at the game for Spates, he's got 10 rebounds and a block.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Mirotic, and Tony Snell subbed in for Butler. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. Iguodala kicks to Babb. Here's Livingston. Misses off the right iron.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
The Warriors shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Babb, the pass to Iguodala. Trying to get back on track. Rejected by Gasol. Here's Prince. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Oh, a little touch of class there at the end of the play as he was able to convert on the finger roll.
Dishes it to Iguodala. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Prince kicks to Rose.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing, and I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
Shot is good. Rose has got 20 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here is Livingston. He's covered by Rose. Livingston, no luck. The Bulls shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Here's Prince.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. And then for Golden State, Ezeli comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Barbosa in for Andre Iguodala. Here's Snell, covered by Barbosa. And the pass to Clarkson. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Off the pick. That's short off the rim.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Here's Ezeli. Nice shot from 10 feet out.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Well, the Bulls shooting and hitting almost everything here in the 4th, up around 58% from the field. Here's the screen. Now, here's Clarkson. Not a lot of room. A rebound by Ezeli. Ezeli's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here is Livingston.
Guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
Here's Gibson. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
And speaking of coaching, sometimes you'll hear that the coach lost the team. When that happens, is that it, Clark? And what's your read on it?
You know, I don't quite buy that. I think it's really rare. Winning can cover up a lot of things, and ultimately it does come down to that, being able to smooth out the rough spots, and winning is is the best elixir for that.
Shots good by Clarkson.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Chicago.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? It's got to be frustrating to shoot so poorly when the other team is on fire.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And playing this team only twice on the year, they have to feel good about their strategy and execution, as tonight they complete a season series sweep against the Warriors.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Gasol. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
And McAdoo kicks to Babb. He feeds it to Livingston. Pass to McAdoo. Puts it up from 17. That one bounces around and comes back out. And Chicago has possession. And here's Clarkson. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith. Tell us about the strategy for the team coming into the game tonight and what the focus was.
Our game plan was come out, be more physical with them, keep penetrating, get open shots, and everybody was just telling me, you know, play with ease and play confident, and like I do in practice, and I'll be fine, and that's what I did the second half.
JR, appreciate the time as always. Kevin?
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Pau Gasol.
He was a monster on the inside for them. His strength and his size came into play so much tonight. And to go along with his physicality, he had a sweet touch around the basket.
He put everything he had into his rebound, and it made a huge difference. This was a taste of what he's capable when he gets his mind that he's going to dominate.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.